We're now going to Melissa Kennedy, who has been monitoring the YouTube page, and she has a few questions from viewers. So, Melissa, how's it going
Thanks so
today?
much, Sam. It's going great. It's great. It's been a really lively discussion, and we have a lot of really good questions. So thanks. The first one is, how do potential clients decide which doctors to go to? Is it their choice? Can they go to their own family doctor, or is it do they have to get a specialist? How do you advise that?
That's a good question. Under the Worker Compensation Act, an injured employee has a right to choose two doctors of their own. The one mistake that injured employees make is that their employer directs them where to go for treatment, but my advice is don't see a company doctor. A company doctor is going to have the company's best interest in mind, not necessarily the individual's. So my advice is go see your family doctor. He has your best interest in mind. And then let him make referrals to specialists. And under the Worker Compensation Act, the two choices does not include referrals. So if you have your general practitioner refer you to a physical therapist, and then refers you to a neurologist, and then refers you to a neurosurgeon, if you're not happy with that neurosurgeon, you can go back to your primary doctor and he can make a referral to another set of doctors, and it's still your first choice. If you're unhappy with your family doctor, you can pick another doctor and start all over. So you let your doctor make the decision as to who you should treat with, who you should see, but by no means should you stick with a company doctor, because that's a huge mistake.
Okay. And another commenter wants to know, how do you get paid for your services in the course of the case?
Okay. Well, under the Worker Compensation Act, you're entitled to three benefits: your TTD benefits, your medical benefits, and then money for permanent partial disability, the PPD benefit. So we ask for 20% of what we can get for you that's in dispute. If we're not able to get any money on your behalf, you don't owe us anything. But we ask for 20% of what's in dispute. So if the employer is paying the lost time benefits, and we don't ask for any of the lost time benefits. If they're paying medical benefits, we don't ask anything there. Generally, it's the money at the end of the case that we ask. We get 20%. On the other hand, if for whatever reason they're disputing the claim and we have to proceed to hearing to try and get the lost time benefits, then we ask for 20% of the accrued benefits.
Okay. And the last question is related to informing your employer that you've retained a lawyer. There was some questions about it being awkward, or they didn't know how to tell their long-time employer that, hey, I got a lawyer. How do you recommend people go about informing their employers that they've retained your services?
Okay, it's not an easy thing to do, but my advice is you don't have to tell them anything. That is why you hired me in the first place. I know it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, but when you hire me, I don't want you speaking to the adjuster or your employer about the injury, or again on social media. So what I would do is I would file the application for adjustment of claim with the Worker Compensation Commission, and I would send a copy of that filed application over to the employer and their representative as well, advising them that I'm on the case and they should direct all communications to me. In the event that the employer corners the injured employee and they want to know what's going on with the on the best advice is to tell them, I have an attorney, I've been advised not to talk about the case. Here's his name and telephone number. Give him a call, he'd be thrilled to talk to you. But under no circumstances should you speak to anybody about the claim once they've been hired.
Anything else you'd like to add about your law firm and why people should choose you as their lawyer?
I've been practicing for over 30 years, and my practice has been exclusively representing injured workers in their cases. I started out with a firm where it's a small firm, and there were 4 of us, and we traveled all over the state of Illinois representing workers injured on the job. I went off on my own in 1999, and I'm a sole practitioner. So once they hire me, that's the only attorney that's going to be handling your case. I don't hand my case off to an associate to handle. I do everything from the moment you walk in the door till the time we shake hands and I tell you good luck.
All right, Mike, so thank you so much for coming on today. Where do we find out more information about you?
You can find me on www.wojtaslawfirm.com.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you so much again for your time.
Well, thank you.